Oh boy, well, a lot of things happened. I mean, should we start the terrorist attack?
Well, stop. Okay, so that's how far your memory reaches.
But I said before.
A lot of things happened, but
Damn it.
Try and sum it up.
okay. So there was a terrorist attack. Everyone ran. Some of us got separated. Then Saban went out to find the twins alone, while very hurt, and definitely not at his best.
Choices, like Tatiana would say.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose. But yeah, Savan went out to do that. We went out to meet our good friend, the captain, and made a very dramatic entrance. Saban might be dead because he went into an underground hideout of criminals, which was a very bad idea by all means. And yeah, apparently Strahd might be attacking in a few days, so that's also a thing.
But let's hear what happened on your end specifically, seeing as that is where we'll continue the story.
Oh boy, what happened on our end?
On our end, we went to Captain Kursk's office, but he wasn't there, so we stayed there, and we kind of got into a little passive-aggressive fight with the secretary who wanted us to keep the door open, but we kept closing it. Why can't you give us some fucking privacy? Anyway,
Can't you give us some fucking privacy in the person's office that isn't ours, where we could very easily fumble around in various public records that belong to the city? Please, is that too much to ask?
yes, madam. That is quite inappropriate.
It's not like it's your job or anything to keep us out of here.
Then Sharson found a good old little book about demons, and
can you just for a moment, please? Can you just remind us all for a moment what has happened specifically when she took the moment? And please, Leah, listen to what has happened last time, just so when it happens again, you have no excuse of saying, "How should I have known?"
I will use it as an
Sharson began floating and glowing, and some bad stuff was happening, and apparently she had some visions of people like demons bidding on her soul or something. I don't know. You know, it seems kind of cringe, but okay.
I shone bright like a diamond, and I'm a desirable bitch. What can I say?
Appendix. Only reason she survived is because somebody interfered.
The Mother Knight.
Sure.
And my GF.
Sure.
Who has a beard currently.
Well, there's no like sorceress in the program.
It's okay.
I find it hilarious that the person that is dressing up as a man is making fun of you.
Well, you know, that's like her personal problems. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, is that all?
I think we're done.
And then we had a very dramatic meeting entrance with the good old captain.
Oh, before that, Rika tried to talk Sherrison out of, keeping the book, but Sherrison hid it in her clothes with a sleight of hand. I think Rika noticed, though. I'm not sure.
I didn't notice you taking it, but I did ask you, I think I know if you noticed it or not, but I did ask you again, did you take it? And then I definitely saw through your lying.
All right. And with that, we return to the scene. With Rika turning around dramatically from a chair, looking at none other than Captain Kursk, who stands there in the open doorway holding a folder of papers. What were your last words? Can you remind us all?
Captain Kursk, I've been expecting you.
Captain Kursk seems to eye you for a few seconds before slowly closing the door behind him and turning the lock. Then as he does, he steps forward slowly. Rika Seki reaches out and takes the helmet off his head. You dumb stupid bitch! Do you have any idea how long it's been? You come the fuck over here! You get hugged now!
Okay.
It's none other than your old friend, Vanny Kursk. As she opens her arms to come towards
comes
you.
over and hugs.
You hug it out. She is rather stronger with her arm, but, you know, she takes some restraint and she hugs you against a metal plate. Oh my goodness, it's been so long! How have you cocking been?
Good, yeah. I mean...
what the fuck took you so long?
Well, I mean, you know...
I haven't been subtle,
exactly,
have I? I literally grabbed you the first moment I saw you.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of stupid. You know that. I'm not the most observant. I mean, I'm kind of observant. I'm not that observant.
Man,
I have had a lot of personal things going on. So.
Yeah, okay, it's fair enough. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I really wish you had come earlier because right now she throws the folder with the papers on the table. There's so much shit going on right now. I haven't even had an ounce of sleep and it's so late. But man, I'm really happy to see you. Oh, sorry. She points at Septimus.
This is my partner.
Sherrison extends her hand to Varney and says, I assume you must be Varney.
Yes, that is who I am. She shakes her hand with a demonic arm who seems more powerful.
In that case, my name is Sherrison. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Sherrison, that's weird. I recall we've met before, and that was not the name you've given me then, was it?
No, well, you know,
it was also not the name you gave me, in all due respect.
Well, I mean,
that's fair. Well, to be fair, I never gave you my first name, technically, and my last name. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm sort of hoping, you know, she can be trusted, right?
Well, I mean, okay, so as I said, this is my partner, Shazam.
Partner?
Yes.
Like, what do you mean partner?
Like romantic partner, yes.
Oh, shit!
Yes.
What the hell have you been up to? It's been so fucking long.
Well, yeah, I mean,
well,
for me, it's been like...
Congratulations!
Thanks, but I mean, for me, it's been like, you know, it's 3 years.
Hang on. She sort of reaches out with her arm around Septimus and sort of tries to pull her aside. Look, I'll tell you a couple of things about Rika, right? She's a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a... You gotta keep a close eye on her. She's sometimes a little bit stupid, a little chaotic, so keep a good eye on her. But she's got a good heart, all right? Definitely a good catch.
Come on.
Thank you. I will keep those things in mind. Should I give you two a moment of privacy?
I mean, look at actually, you know what? That would be appreciated. I think we have a lot to talk about, all things considered.
Yes.
Of course, I understand. Sherrison is going to look over to Rika, walk on over to her, give her a kiss on the cheek, and say, "I'll just be down the hall." And she's going to go down the hall. Oh, she's going to stop right as she's touching the door. I want to ask you about a certain one of your men, Siegfried. I know this isn't of the moment, but what he did in earlier hours was a blatant misuse of power.
Right, that's a whole thing. Right, so that's a whole thing we might need to talk about at some point. Let's just say that for now, just keep it to yourself. There's a lot of busy stuff going on. People are running around like a horse, a headless chicken. Most people have come around. So I'd say sit down for a moment. I'll be honest, there's a lot of things happening right now.
I completely understand. I will give you 2 a moment.
And I know, to be honest, there's also a couple of things concerning Vesta you probably want to talk with me about. I know I've got a couple of new things that I'm curious about. But,
Of course, yes. As soon as you two are done talking about your own personal things, just let me know. I'll be down the hall. And
sure,
she's gonna
yeah.
give Rita a kiss on the cheek, get out of the door, and go wait down the hall.
Wait till you're exiting, and then she goes, damn well done. I mean, that was a solid 8.
Yeah. Yes.
So, tell me, how the hell did you meet her?
Well, after you disappeared, I kind of went out to find you. Not that you left a lot behind to like search for. Considering you were looking for a place, yeah, whatever. Yes, but kind of went out to search for you. Became a guard. I got a job at a guardhouse, and that's where I met Septimus, who wasn't actually Septimus, who's actually Sharazan. And we kind of got on well together, and 3 years on, we kind of got taken here through that the murder house, the murder mansion thing. Yeah.
She looks with a bit of a pain expression. If I could have, I would have taken you with me.
Yeah, well, it doesn't always work like that.
Yeah. So... Well, anyway, I guess we shouldn't put too much on the past. What happened, although, what do you remember?
Like, from after you disappeared, or...
Just in general, from, before all that.
We had some crazy times.
That we did, yeah.
And I may have been embellishing a bit on the stories, as I do. What do you mean, what do I remember?
The university. Do you remember the university?
Yes, I remember the university.
Do you remember how we got into the university?
I remember that my mother basically dumped me on there.
That's not quite how it happened. I see that you haven't quite remembered everything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how we always thought about, always thought about the mysteries of the world, and sometimes thought about some people trying to withhold the truth and everything? Those people were the university. And truth is malleable. What we remember is not what happened.
Huh.
But there is a good side to this, because right here, we're outside of their influence radius. Right here, we can work against it. Right here is the power to work against it, to find out these things again. I've managed to recall some things, but the magic that has been placed upon some of the details are still vague. But I'm certain that it can be found out. Remember all those mysteries we ever thought about? They're all solvable. They all hang together. And they didn't want us to realize. Do you understand anything I'm saying, or does this all sound crazy?
Well, it does sound kind of crazy, but it's not that I don't believe you. I believe that it's a likely possibility.
Okay, think about this. Think about this. Before the university, can you remember anything? Can you remember the face of your parents?
I mean, I can vaguely remember my mother, but my father's blank.
As you try to even vaguely remember your mother, there's no clear picture that does come to mind. At best, a blur, but that's about it.
Okay, that's...
You're not certain if this... It has always been that way. You're not certain if it is because of any, shenanigans, or if it's just because it's been so long since you've seen her. Since, after all, your earliest memories are that you were just basically thrown into this university.
Okay, suppose that I can't remember the face of my mother. What then?
Well, that's because they erased a lot of what happened before they put us there.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
God, if I could only convince you somehow. Look, I wish I could, I really do, but... There's still so much I'm even missing from the puzzle. By the way, how long have you waited here in this room?
A few hours.
So, have you already rummaged through all my things?
Maybe the desk.
Okay, so what did you find?
Suppose that my girlfriend took a look at your book.
The one with the rabbit skull?
Yeah.
Right, she pulls on the desk drawer in which it was been and opens up the hidden floorboard. But there is no rabbit skull book there anymore. So you got it right now?
Well, she probably hasn't.
Oh, that's...
I assumed she took it. I was gonna confront her with it.
Right. Well, there goes me thinking she was the reasonable one in your relationship.
Yeah, one influences the other. Yes, it is.
Well,
so I may have accidentally contacted Vaughn a few times.
Oh, sweet! So did I. He gave me this sick-ass demon arm.
Yeah. I haven't written any contract with him, but apparently you did, or so he told me.
Yeah, I did, actually.
Mhm.
It managed to work out pretty well for me, especially since his contract wasn't time-specific, so to say. It was simply, you know, a matter of give a certain amount of power and I'd be trying to work for his ways, which I am doing very slowly.
Yeah, he's not too happy about that.
Well, so be it. Look, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, well, he kind of wants me to replace you.
That's not so great.
No. Well, I mean, he wants to hire me on to do what you haven't done yet.
Right. Kill Strahd, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Right. That's annoying. You know, my end plan was to try and kill him once you're here.
Well, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, well, look, how about this? We could try and please him together. You know, kill him and then get the hell out of here. What do you say? Actually, I've been thinking. Because this place holds a lot of knowledge. A lot of things that you can't find anywhere else. Maybe we could even take over.
And apparently this is out of the range of the magic, apparently.
Exactly.
Affecting our thoughts.
Well, at least they can't affect us directly here, I don't think. Which means that this is the perfect outpost to research and prepare a fight against them. If you were to... We could do like way back when. You know, researching the mysteries of the universe, unraveling them. Fighting shadow organizations, just you and me, like old times.
Well, I don't know how many shadow organizations are here.
I'm not sure how many there are here specifically either, but I know out there, where we're from, there's at least one.
Yes, apparently. Actually, it does work in our favor to have somewhere we can go back to that we aren't affected by them.
Exactly. Look, I've got a lot more to show you. Well, you know, I don't want to be cliche, but I do have a secret door in this room. Hint, hint, it has to do with the chessboard. Can you guess the solution?
Finish the chess game?
You really have forgotten a lot. I hated chess. No, the solution is very simple. You just throw off all the pieces off the chessboard. She does so in a swoop, and a secret door on a bookshelf rotates open. I hated chess.
Well, I mean, I like chess.
Yeah, and that's why I hated chess, because you always kick my ass in it. Anyway.
Well, I mean, I might have cheated quite a bit.
You cheat.
What? I'm better at sleight of hand than I am at chess.
You really are Dark Horse. Okay, let's go. She goes into a secret passage that's been revealed behind. And you come into what looks like conspiracy theory central. There's lots of boards on all the walls with pins going from one side to another, red string coming from place to place. Some seems very clearly related to the things in Barovia. You see Strahd's name pop up in sometimes. Some are related to the Barovia families. Other things are basically related to just them in big, bold, dark letters. That seems to be pinning to everything. Then there's other deities, Vaughn, everything is referenced and referred, and there's other magic doohickeys everywhere. Oh,
did you know that there's a temple to, just to say, to Ser, Mountain Vein, in under the waterfalls.
Oh, I did not. Where is it? Can you show me on the map?
Yeah, so in the Sarah Falls, there's a cave, and in those caves, there's a door that you have to use a password for, that opens into a temple.
Interesting, actually. That's quite interesting. I've been thinking about those. They're part of the Fanes. They're quite interesting. They seem a little reclusive. They haven't really popped up in a while. So it's a bit hard to say, especially in this sort of situation, if they have any power or if they do anything at all. They seem a bit of like mythical creatures that don't seem to ever raise their hand. They're very similar to Strahd in that way.
Well, I mean, when I tried to contact Sarah, I kind of got in contact with Vond, which is how my relationship with him started.
Old habits, eh?
Yeah, when you have them, when you have terminology for a few years, you kind of get into the habit.
I'm guessing you probably tried contacting Sir during the witching hour. That's probably how you got Vond. Yeah. Anyway, so basically this is where I keep my checklist on what's going on. I've got a couple of theories of what might be happening all around here in Barovia. And I've got a couple of ideas of, because, I want you to be put up to speed again, I want to be the same duo as we used to be, And
right.
so I've been thinking, you need some knowledge. You need to figure out what's going on. You're already in relations with Vaughn, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I haven't written contract with him yet.
I'll be honest. I'm not sure you should. Because, look, we both know this. Signing contracts with the devil, it can lead to bad things. I did so because, well, I was short an arm, and, my survival rate basically heightened the moment I went into the contract. It was a need. But I don't think you need to.
You lost an arm?
Yeah, Barovia's fucked up if you haven't noticed.
Oh yeah, I know.
Look, I didn't just get here and it was all rainbows and sunshine. I walked into a Valaki and was placed as a captain's guard. No, I echoed the development, man. I almost died several occasions.
Yeah. If you're gonna get me up to speed, maybe Sharson should be here too,
Well, yeah, it depends. Do you want her to be included in, all of that stuff? Because, the knowledge I'm talking about is, the dangerous kind.
I mean, she can take care of herself.
Well, all right.
Honestly, okay. Actually, I mean, she's stronger than me, so.
All right, go get it in.
All right. Rika goes back out into the hallway.
Sharison is waiting, much like a guard on duty, like I would say almost at the end of the hallway, giving the two some privacy, not eavesdropping.
As you're waiting, what are you thinking of?
I really hope Siegfried passes by so I can grab him by the ear and drag him into Kursk's office.
Several guardsmen pass you by. You recognize actually a few of them as, standing around when this all transpired. Like some people that were actually around in the group of Secret at some point. Very early on when you were actually charging in to get help for Seely and Irene.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize some of them, but Siegfried himself does not seem to be walking around.
Other than that, honestly, there's been so many things going on that I don't think Sharison is thinking about too many things.
Okay.
My identity.
I that point, then Rika takes you into the room back.
Jason, honey, come on. Captain Kursk is gonna brief us on some of the things that are happening.
Oh.
In Barovia.
Are you sure you don't want privacy? I assume you have a lot to talk about, the two of you.
Well, I mean, this is important information. Also dangerous information, apparently.
All right. Okay. And Sherison's gonna follow Rika.
Okay. You're put back in the room where you see this entrance to this new room with conspiracy all around, magical trinkets hanging everywhere, and a map laid out on a front desk, on which Vani is currently leaning over, looking back at you. Oh, there you are. Come in. Come here. By the way...
Okay, you wanted an insight into Sherison's thoughts. You're gonna get one now. Before, she thought, I wonder how these two were friends. And then she got into this room and she's like, now I see why.
One more thing. I know you took the book.
What book?
The book.
Roll deception.
Daniel, you know I have like minus 1,000 in charisma. Why do you do this to me?
I don't know. Why are you such a bad liar? What book? I wonder who else it could have been.
3.
What book?
Oh my.
Yeah, no. They know. As you say, what book? Involuntarily, you start twitching slightly and grimacing.
What book?
As you know, you just can't hide it, especially not from Rika, because you know already she knows.
She knows, and I know she knows.
You know the rules, and so do...
No, yeah, Sherison's gonna try to stick to her story that she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Look, I don't mind you having it, but just be sure you understand, it's pretty damn dangerous. Have you ever handled this sort of thing before? Like, it could literally suck your soul away.
I don't know what you're talking about, but keep talking.
She looks at Rika.
Honey, we know you have the book.
Look, I need it. Probably more than you do right now. I'm gonna keep it.
Are you talking to Rika or?
No, I'm talking to Varney.
Yeah, she just said you can keep it.
Okay. I'm keeping it. I need it.
Right.
Fair enough.
Anyway. Do you understand though, what this is, the book?
I assume it's a gateway that allows you to converse with demons.
Not quite. It's more like the other way around. It's a gateway that allows demons to, converse with you and do other things as well. That's why I'm saying it's very important to be careful about using this sort of thing. Look, Rika, just work with Rika on this. She knows a bit more about that sort of thing.
Shashin, if you're going to use it, just tell me so I can be there, right? That's the only condition I'll put on it.
All right. Just don't infantilize me. I'm aware that there are powers in this world and in other worlds that are stronger than me.
All right.
Barney, I assume you asked to have both of us here to show us something.
Well, it was actually Rika who wanted to put you here since, you're partners and everything, so...
Yes.
Anyway, so I basically just wanted to tell you some of the points of interest that might be of interest to you. And also, if you have any specific questions about anything that's going on, now is also a good point to ask that. There's a couple of things I'm aware of. I don't know everything, but...
What do you know of were-ravens?
Were-ravens, they are shit. Let me tell you that. Couple of years ago, we've had some problems with them, but it's quieted down. Most of were-ravens are, well, sort of in the western region. Basically, all of this area. Over here in the Swirling Woods is basically one of the large areas, and another point of interest is over here in the mountain range. Can you guys see the map?
Hold on, I'm gonna go over there right now. And close my sheet.
Thing is, it's hard to pinpoint any locations. Since they are ravens, they can very easily change their locations. So whenever you see a large flock of ravens going, that is a possibility that they're moving the whole nest. But it happens rarely.
What about the Lord of Ravens?
Oh dear. The Lord of Ravens is that is one heck of a something. There's been legends about all that business, and I'm suspecting at some point. Okay, here's what I got. She stands up and goes to her conspiracy wall. Here's what I know definitely, is that at some point there's been a very large thing on Lord of Ravens. Like, it was very often utilized. And what I think is what happened is that at some point the were-ravens organized under this Lord of Ravens. Now, here's the thing. I think at some point in the past, something must have happened to stop this organization and they broke apart again. It's possible that there's some sort of rogue cell that has activated. I'm not entirely certain. But at some point, it seems that were-raven activity has no longer been a small active pack-to-pack situation, but something that has been actively organized under a larger force, aka Lord of Ravens. And I believe that's one of the reasons also why most of the ravens are in the western part of Barovia. I suspect that that is where the Lord of Ravens used to have his seat of power.
I see. What can you tell me about a man named Urkov, also known as Septimus Northern Shimmer?
Can you give me like a little bit more information here? I've seen a lot of people.
He looks like me, almost a dead ringer from me, had a beard. And he has blue eyes.
Like, can you give me anything specific, like what he's been involved in, where I might have seen him? Because you're giving me a pretty bare bones description here. Like,
perhaps,
I see a lot of people.
I understand. Perhaps he's been involved in raids against were-ravens. If he's been in Vallaki, there's a chance that he has a hunter's license. It's
interesting, a hunter's license.
Probably.
Okay, that's interesting, because if he has a hunter's license, it should be easy to track him if he has it by name. That's in an archive.
Sherrison is squeezing Rika's hand so hard. Alright.
Hunter's license normally contains information such as, where they live, occupation, all that sort of stuff. So if he has a hunter's license, that's I can give you all of that information.
Thank you. Please keep talking. I've interrupted you enough.
Well. So here's a couple of things of interest. First of all, Mount Gakis. Right here. There's something there. Something big. Very big. I haven't been there yet myself, because it's a very long travel and the road is dangerous. There's many dangerous creatures there. But I've heard that on Mount Gakis, there are many things that should be locked away. even Vond seems to be uncertain of the power that lies there. Whatever it is, it holds many secrets. So it is definitely worth checking out at some point. Maybe not right now, but once you got the equipment, once you feel confident in your abilities, that's the place to go. Otherwise, well, there is this whole rumor of the mage that lives somewhere on the mountain, on the Baritox, but I don't know any credibility to that. Okay, about the devil. What do you know of him? What have you heard?
Well, I mean, he did send us a letter once. Apparently he has apparently a bit of pull with the werewolves.
Found as much.
We don't have much on him.
Right, hang on, let me just... She goes back in her office and picks up a folder with several papers in it. By the way, what are you currently even planning on doing? Where are you planning on going?
Well, I mean, we recently found some evidence that Strahd might be attacking Vallaki soon-ish.
She puts the folder down. What? You heard what?
We have a matter of days.
Who said that? How did you get that information?
Lady Vesta.
Lady Vesta told you Strahd is going to attack.
She said as much.
Shit. Attack Vallaki.
Yep.
Shit.
I tried
Shit.
I tried to tell the burgomaster, but he wouldn't hear it.
Yeah, no, the burgomaster is a delusional fool. Don't fucking even bother with that guy. Well, he is good at keeping things in check, but, you know, in that regard, like, he's completely ignoring Strahd. Ah, God, I've worried about this. If Strahd attacks Vallaki, can we defend? Okay, well, okay. This is something I'm gonna have to look at then. Shit. Thanks for letting me know, though.
Yeah.
Shit. Shit. Piss. Absolute piss and shit. This ruins everything. Well, I guess the only thing that's to do is to increase fortifications, try and do our best. But, you know, the truth is, if Strahd wants Vallaki gone, it's gone. That's just how it's gonna go. Do you know why?
Nope, she didn't really say.
Shit. Oh, it's just gonna be the same thing as in Barovia. I heard of that shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, we actually we won Barovia when he attacked. And then we killed quite a few of his minions. around
You do
the
remember,
Burgomaster's
however,
house
the
there.
devastation that was caused.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you were only there for the first day.
Yeah, I find it infuriating.
Well then, there goes that.
You have a lot of good men. It could be done. You have fortifications that could be made. You can last.
The issue is, while I have good men, their numbers are finite. The numbers of the undead horde, they are virtually infinite. Any one of my men they slay, they can raise again. It's a war of nutrition that we're bound to lose. And in the worst case scenario, there might not even be a fight. Have you heard what happened to Beris?
Yes.
A flood. And, well, we are next to Lake Zarovik. I'm not sure if he can, but...
Why would he want?
Yeah, that's what I would like to know. Wait, Vestia said it. Could it have been a bluff?
It's that it's a good. I don't know. It's
That's perhaps it was a bluff, but maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part.
Can I, at a disadvantage, go back and try to retroactively see if I remember any signs of Vesture lying?
Roll me just
Trying to
normal
help.
insight to see if you can think about it.
Just an insight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
In that moment in time, she was thankful that you even told her what has happened, because it allowed her to get away with her life. What she did was not an act of malice. She wanted to
It's a repayment.
give you
so
something, a repayment for saving her life.
It's credible information, and she didn't seem to be lying at the time, so she was probably not bluffing.
She starts pacing around the room. As if it hasn't been already enough. Why can't things ever be easy? You know, I've waited so long for you to get here, and now all of this is happening. Everything's falling apart. What do I do, Rika?
You're asking me what you're gonna do?
Well, you were always the one leading the charge. Whenever I hesitated, you just ran deep into it.
Boy, well, I mean, the plan
For better or
was to
for
get.
worse.
Well, my plan was to get out of town. So,
Get out of town. I suppose I could do the same. What are you thinking?
well, I mean, we're already bringing other people, so you can come.
I mean... You know what? I wouldn't mind. As I said, I've missed you a lot, so...
Fuck yeah.
Fine, yeah, sure. Hang on, let me just,
Hold on. You're going to abandon your post.
Yeah!
Harrison is just gonna look at Rika in a... You're joking. And she's gonna look back at Varney and say, you're joking.
She looks at Rika. What's up with her?
All right. So I did say that I met Shason as you know, in the guardhouse where we were working. Sharzan, is it alright if it,
Please do.
Yeah, so Sharzan's the daughter of the guard captain.
Ah, I see. So that's probably it.
Hmm.
Misguided amount of honor. Look, I'll be face up front with you. I'm not really the sort of honor warrior noble type. The only reason why I'm here is because it suited my needs to keep this town safe. However, right now, priorities have shifted. I've waited so long just to meet up with Rika again, and now, apparently, a horde of zombies are coming this way, and there is no way that I'll be able to defend them.
There is a possibility that perhaps an agreement can be made. The Burgomaster is gone. Perhaps you might be able to speak to Strahd. You might be able to persuade him.
The
The name
Burgomaster isn't
Captain
gone.
Kursk
What are you
isn't-
talking about?
He has died.
No, he hasn't.
What are you talking about? We were
In the back of
told
your
by
mind,
guard-
Secret is laughing.
He's alive?
Yeah, of course he's alive.
Well, I would like to request an hour alone in a cell with your man Siegfried because he was ready to have me executed for killing the Burgomaster along with everyone else.
I think there must have been some sort of communications problem because, it was attempted murder. He didn't actually die. Anyway. About this whole shtick with, man, why are things always gotta be so difficult? If I'm gonna abandon CoS, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Secret is dead, by the way.
How did he die?
Well, we found him in a cell, stripped naked, with, multiple stab wounds all over his body. Well, I'm saying he's dead. He's not dead yet. He seems to be still alive. They're currently trying to stop the bleeding and everything, but to be honest, he looks pretty messed up. I'm not sure he's gonna make it. So,
that wasn't you guys, right?
Sorry?
Talking to Sharzan. That wasn't you guys, right?
Of course not.
Okay.
I would never allow that.
Is she lying again?
No.
Okay.
I don't make a habit of lying, Varney. Only when it's utmostly necessary. Regardless.
So, as in trying to hide that you're stealing and hide that you're murdering are very different things, are they? Anyway, sorry.
Sense of honor and all that.
Why the heck would I... Never mind. Sharzan's gonna turn and give Rika another look. And then look back at Varney and say, the time that you spent here, you mean to tell me that these people that you defended mean nothing to you?
I'm not sure
The
you
people that
noticed.
looked up to you.
I'm not sure you noticed, but, people around here don't exactly look at me in a loving way.
It doesn't have to be loving. It can be fearfully, it can be respectfully, but the fact of the matter is they listen to you. You said it yourself, the Burgomaster is a misguided idiot. If Strahd makes a move in... How long do you think before the Burgomaster is hanging from a pole like a fruit?
So what do you want me to do? Hang next to him?
I'm not suggesting you hang next to him. What I am saying is... Listen, I've heard Rika sing your praises time and time again. You might be able to speak to Strahd to make him see sense.
Well, I mean, if Strahd's coming here to take over the town, how likely is it that Vani is going to be able to do, like, talk him out of taking over the town.
You know, how about this? Would you like to try and talk to Strahd? To try and talk him out of it?
I mean nothing to anyone in this city. I don't have people backing me up. And I somehow doubt
It's just a
that.
title. Look, I don't exactly have anyone backing me up either. I only have people I command to do it, and the only reason they'll do it is out of fear. If I back you up, that should be more than enough. Look, truth is, I'm not sure you noticed, but if I were charismatic, like Rika here, I wouldn't be going around looking like a big tough demon to scare and intimidate people into doing what I need them to do. I'm not even sure if it's... I'm not sure you can. The other issue is I can't do it. If I do, I'll be going directly against the Burgomaster. But you could.
Okay, so I have a plan. Possible, a highly unlikely thing, but you know we might be able to do it. We have a card ready to go, right, to ride out. But we wait until the armor appears. I'll see if I can speak to if there's anyone in the army that are even capable of speech or contacting Strahd in any kind of fashion. I could try to speak to them, see if I can get in contact with Strahd. Unlikely, but it's a possibility. If it goes wrong, I get back to the cart and we ride out of here and get away.
Sounds all right to me. I'll be honest with you. Losing Vallaki against Strahd is going to be terrible. There aren't a lot of places that you can safely stay at. There's Kresk, sure, but they are as paranoid as anyone. Not to mention, they struggle with their own were-creature problems. Vallaki has been the safest place around. That's why I've tried to make it even safer. But this, if Strahd decides now all of a sudden, I mean, I don't even know why he has never bothered to come around. Maybe it's because we haven't made him any trouble. And I don't know what has changed exactly. But if he decides that he's going to destroy Vallaki, well, my plan of, our plan of killing him becomes a lot harder.
Rika looks very intently at Chess and just... Think it, Sharon, do you think it might have something to do with who we brought here?
Shouldn't. I mean, she doesn't exist anymore for all he should be concerned.
Hang on.
Well, I mean, if he can scry.
Fuck! I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Well, if he can scry, that means he's been playing with us this whole time.
It's a possibility.
Wait, hang on. You have something important to say that nobody else should hear, correct? Give me 1
Yes.
second. She rummages through her magical trinkets and pulls out a scroll. She shuts the bookshelf door and places the scroll on the back of it and casts some magic. A magical seal appears all around in bluish magic. Okay, now you can talk. There's no way anyone can scry on us now.
Great. So, may and may not. Okay. So, reason Strahd attacked Barovia, right?
Okay.
There was someone there that he wanted to marry.
Okay.
We protected her and ran away with her, making it seem
Why did
like
you do that?
Well,
Sorry.
you know, she's a good person. She's a very good person.
I guess.
Okay, but yeah, ran away with her, made it seem like she went out into the forest to commit suicide. That might have kept him off of us for like a little bit. But if he can scry, well, I mean, she's currently working at the church in town.
Rika, are you saying to me that this whole massacre can be avoided if we give one person to Strahd?
Possibly.
Is there a specific reason why we haven't talked about its possibility yet?
Because it is not a possibility.
Rika?
Okay, so you do know the concept of the sunk cost fallacy, right?
Yes, and I also know that you are quite aware of it.
Yes. Well, you know, me being dense and all.
You aren't dense.
Well, considering it took me quite a while to even like realize that Vani is Vani.
Look, I told you, she's a good pick and all. Yeah, she's got a good heart, but she is dense.
I will not agree with that.
Okay, I think I'm dense in some points.
Well, you know what they say, courage and idiocy, quite a fine line.
Listen, I made a deal. I made a promise to the girl's father while he was dying that I wasn't going to let her be harmed by Strahd. And the plan was for her to join a convent and become a nun or a cleric and eventually be able to protect herself from him. But she hasn't had time. So like Rika said, our plan is to leave Balaki tomorrow or the day after that. And if we leave, you best believe the girl is coming with us. I'm not feeding her to the wolves. I don't want to feed the city of Valak to the wolves either, but it's one of those situations where you're damned if you do, you're even more damned if you don't.
Rika, are you agreeing with all this?
I mean, it's a question of the one versus the many. Wait. Shazam.
Yes?
I mean, we're all already planning to go Strahd, right?
Yes. But that has to happen later. I don't have the power to do such a thing.
That's not what I mean. We can assume that Strahd doesn't want to. Actually, she might turn into a vampire, or maybe not.
Forget turning her into a vampire. What do you think happens on the wedding night? How much do you think he's gonna care if she wants to or not?
Okay, I get it. You are in a moral bind. So you're not willing to give her up, that's it.
Is it not possible to evacuate the city and go somewhere? Isn't there a safe place?
A safe place? The city is the only safe place. Where could we go? Into the forests? We'll be eaten alive by the wolves. I mean, we could perhaps make a makeshift camp, but...
What about Kresk?
I told you. Paranoid ones. Have you heard of the Galencia massacre? A whole town in front of their gates massacred, and they wouldn't let anyone inside. It doesn't matter how much people need their help. They only care for themselves. They aren't exactly the friendly neighbor type, tell you that much. Look. It seems pretty obvious you guys want to defend that girl. I get that. You know. I'll help you. If I can. But I'm not going to die for it.
I can't ask for that. I don't want to die either. There are things that I need to do before that can happen.
Vali, do we have any like anti-scrying things?
Yeah,
that we
I've
can
got a
wear?
couple of scrolls, not a lot, but they're quite
I'm
expensive.
not talking about scrolls. I'm talking about something someone can wear and have on them. So that crimes.
Not really, but have you heard of that Nullheimer's shop? There's a magical shop in town. Phases from place to
Yes.
place.
Yes, we do in fact know there's Nullheimer.
He might have that sort of thing, but to be honest, considering his price, it's probably going to be ridiculous.
We do have
Why
like
not go in there and raid the place?
because it would probably disappear before they can get in.
Well, to be honest, I kind of have a mutual beneficial agreement with him. After all, it is kind of hard to get your hands on magical stuff.
Actually, don't we have a half-off coupon for him for first purchase?
Did you say half-elf coupon?
Half off.
Ah, right.
I do
50%.
believe, yes, such a thing. Yes,
And we haven't purchased anything from him
true.
yet.
Interesting. Well, that might be something to check up on.
It's a possibility.
Look-
What would we purchase? How many
Well,
fireballs would it take to raise Strahd's army to the ground?
probably more than I can throw.
Could Nullheimer not be enlisted? Could he not be forced to fight for the Velaki? Isn't there any way to either convince him or bind him into a deal?
I know if it would do much good. It's not like we need another fighter. We've got enough good men. Look, just tell me when you're leaving, and I'll make preparations to be there as well. We've only been now able to catch up again. And I don't want to be separated from you again. I don't want to lose you again. It's been so long.
Where's the burgomaster?
Well, probably in his house. Though, you know, there's multiple guards out front to check up on his security. Not to
I need a
mention,
favor from you.
a very dangerous individual has broken out. We've kept him in the holding cell. And, yeah, we suspected he was behind the terrorist act, and we're not quite sure what has happened to that individual
Right.
now.
Dangerous individual.
Yes.
Who?
We're not entirely certain of their identity, but what we do know is that it was a person that was condemned to death for some sort of previous crime. They have the mark on them, which means that they escaped prosecution somehow and, now roam free. They were found with, those clothes, those hoods there, and, we suspect he might have something to do with it, but he somehow escaped. Now he's somewhere out there.
I will look around and see if I can locate him. What did he look like?
Dark hair, to be honest, pretty nondescriptive. The most interesting part is perhaps the mark. A couple of stitches around the neck area.
I see. Now let's see if I can find such a person. But before that, I have a favor to ask of you.
What is it?
I would like to ask you to write me a note that I can provide to the guards of the Burgomaster's house, allowing me entrance inside.
All right. As long as you're not going to tell them that I'm planning on abandoning my post and shit all
No.
over my...
No,
Okay.
of course not.
Sure. I can do that. She writes a small note and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Just don't do anything stupid, looks at Rika, but then realizes she should probably look at the both of you since you seem equally chaotic at this point.
No. What I intend to do is speak to the Burgomaster and... well,
Don't...
get him to write me a note telling... it can be given to the Burgomaster of Kresk, allowing us entrance. I
One
don't
more
intend
thing,
to
do
sneak
not
in like a thief.
talk about the devil in front of him. Don't even fucking mention anything about what you know about it, because he is just not going to take it.
I know.
He...
I know.
Okay, good.
I know men like the Burgomaster. Reminds me of my father a lot. I'll be going there now. Where shall we meet up again? Here or elsewhere?
Well, if,
Rika, would you rather stay here and speak to your friend, or would you like to come with me?
do you know where I can meet up with you guys?
Do you know where a certain...
If you know the residence of Vasily van Holtz, you can find
Yeah, Van Holtz.
everyone there.
Funny you should mention him. That was another thing I wanted to talk about, actually. In fact, we completely forgot about the whole Veshta thing, because there's a couple of things I want to talk about that, since you were involved in that rather closely.
Okay.
Right, so you guys are... You know Van Holtz, right?
Yeah, we know him.
So here's the thing. I've been thinking about it, and I think he might have been involved with Veshta. So what do you know about it?
I find that very unlikely. Vasily is a very kind-hearted person.
Look, I've spent a couple of years in this city, and I've kept a very close look on Veshta and the Burgomaster, and Vasily as well, because he's also a noble. It's those three that are the main players in the political landscape. The Burgomaster is important that he keeps the charge because, well, if he doesn't, it's either Van Holtz or Veshta in charge. But Veshta is obviously bad because, her whole stick was, hey, let's all kneel down to fucking the devil. That wasn't going to happen. So I kept a close eye on her. And then it was Vasily. Now, Vasily, this Van Holtz fellow, he is technically working for the Burgomaster, right, as an accountant of sorts. But there's a couple of things that just don't add up about him. The first thing is that just nobody seems to remember exactly what his family does. most noble families have an extensive, like, history and everything. Admittedly, I've only been here for a couple of years. I haven't been here for like 20 years or something, so, you know. But if you ask anyone out on the streets, who is the Van Holst family, they're probably going to be like, who? Because nobody knows. The other thing is this Vasily, right? He just disappears from time to time. He just goes out of the city for multiple months, not around, then comes back. Where does he go? Does he go to speak with Strahd? Is he an informant? Does he work with Vesta outside? Does he get allies for the devil? What does he do? Nobody knows. If you ask him, oh, just wandering around.
That's how we met him. He was wandering around the woods. He almost got eaten by wolves.
Why would a noble do that? It doesn't add up, does it? Look, it just... Okay, here's... Okay, look, fine. Here's the final nail, though, in the coffin. We went in Vash's house. We combed through her stuff. We found something. She takes out a folder and takes very carefully out a piece of paper. She puts it on the desk. There, watch. This right here, this proves it. On the desk seems to be an oldly written letter. Does any one of you want to read it?
Yes.
Okay. Rika, as you read through the letter, it seems pretty evident that it's a letter written by someone to another. It seems to be addressed to Vesta. And in the letter, the writer seems to be thanking Vesta for letting them stay in their house and thanks them for their friendship and everything for a long time. It seems that the writer seems very close with Vesta and is thanking them for being a good friend and being generous to them. And the letter is signed by Vasily Van Holst. There, see? See? See right there? Friendship. Van Holst wrote a letter to her about thanking her for being her friend. That proves it. They're related. They're working together.
It's not definitive proof. It's circumstantial evidence.
We know for a fact that Vesta has been working for Strahd. We saw the demonic shit. Now,
well, it
we've
was
got
like
this.
It was peasant grade. You know that.
Sorry?
I know that. The pentagram, it was peasant grade. Did you even look at it?
I didn't really. I mean, there was blood on the floor and there was bodies as well. Did you find the skeleton? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, yes, but the pentagram, it's peasant grade.
Oh, right. Okay, but does it matter?
I mean, not really. But considering Vesta is a fairly competent magician of some kind.
You're asking why would she have...
A peasant grade pentagram.
Well, maybe she's just stupid. I don't know.
It's a possibility. She might not.
Look, I'll be honest. I don't know why Strahd hasn't done anything against Vallaki. Maybe that's the reason. Because his primary agent was Vesta and she was really incompetent. That would answer a lot of questions, to be honest.
Or maybe he wanted her to do the revolution thing, take over, then he could come in.
Yeah, well, we still gotta take care of that business, because there certainly does seem to be some sort of rogue faction going around. But, look. Do you think there's a possibility that this Van Holst, that he is related to this cultist business, to this Vesta stuff? Think about it.
I'll see if
We've got a letter about friendship.
I'll question him about it.
They're clear relations. clear relations, and his whole shtick doesn't add up. He's always been suspicious.
I will question him about it.
Well, okay. But do so
Yes,
carefully.
well,
If you
we
find out
only have a
anything.
few days.
Sorry?
But yeah, we only have a few days, but yeah, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, look into it with them.
So, anyway, about Veshta, yeah, another thing, which is, I think you probably already know. She's gone. We can't find her, which is a whole other problem. You don't know anything about that?
No, don't know where she's gone.
Roll deception.
I don't know where she's gone. That was the truth.
No, specifically not, but you know certainly why she can't be
What?
found.
Yes, I know why she can't be found, but I mean, I was not lying when I said I don't know where she is.
Look, it's about deception. The fact that you have information. I don't go... Look, I'll be honest. I don't go looking through your statements of, technically it's not a lie. I don't do like that. Which is also working out for you, because I don't have my devil still like that either. Just roll the deception already.
Alright. Okay.
Yep, you certainly don't... You act very surprised. Oh, Veshta can't be found. I don't know where she is. It checks out.
I mean, I'm not surprised she can't be found, but I am surprised. I don't know.
Well, it's certainly annoying because we think she is largely involved with this whole riot business. The other thing is, it doesn't look like she had enough time to prepare because all of her stuff back home is still there. But we can't find her. We can't find her children either. Anything you know?
Well, we do know where her daughter is.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Where is she?
At the Van Holt's manor.
Why?
Okay, so I'll give you the explanations Ban gave to us. He was expecting one of you guys to take her with you when you came and investigated, but no one came and she came with us.
Okay, well, let's remedy that mistake.
Right.
So it's not something that Van Holz put you up to. It wasn't like, oh, you gotta save her daughter or anything like that.
No.
Are you sure he didn't subconsciously whisper?
We never told him that we were investigating Veshta.
All right.
I mean, as a player, that's as far as I can remember, we didn't tell him about it.
No, you're correct. That was an in-character skeptical look, because you're literally staying at his house and you're like, no, he has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, we didn't tell him about it.
All right, that's an interesting set of stuff. Well, it seems like your partner is very preoccupied there. So one more thing, actually, I wanted to tell you about specifically. I'm not sure you're ever going to have the moment of time, but when it comes to mysteries, there's one more thing that's of interest. Look over here on the map. Can you see my arrow?
Yes.
Over here on the map, right in this corner, there's something else. An abandoned manor. It seems to have been the manor of some sort of rich noble of sorts. The kind that had quite a lot of influence. It might be worth checking out. I haven't had the time to actually get there yet, but I do know there might be something there. Oh, and one more thing. Vistani, don't fucking trust them at any point. They are all kind of working for, the devil. They have some sort of deal with them. They can walk in and out, and that means they have a debt to him. So if you're ever interacting with any Vistani, keep that in mind. They're probably working for him.
Well, I mean, we did get our fortunes told by the Vistani.
By a Vistani?
By a Vistani, fortune teller.
Right. That's... I'm talking about relevant stuff. Like, I mean, sure, if you go to a fortune teller that happened to be a Vistani, I mean, I'm not saying, you know, you can't.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we're not going to tell them about, like, of course not.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not saying like you know, I'm not going to say that they, you know, poison random strangers in the street. They're not that extreme. I hope not. But the thing is, they are in the devil's pocket. That's why we don't allow them in here either. And I'm quite happy of that decision of the Burgomaster. Because no way it doesn't matter how you look at it, they're indebted to the devil. If he gives a call to them, if he asks them something, they need to do that thing. So if you tell them anything, expect it to be found out by the devil. Okay, that's all. Do you have any other questions? Otherwise, I still have a lot to do, a lot of paperwork as well. As I said, I'm going to have to check up on Siegfried. He seems to be bleeding out downstairs. So, speaking of which, actually, you wanted to talk about Siegfried, didn't you? What was that about? You're muted.
Siegfried and a bunch of his men accosted us in the streets.
Okay.
We were trying to find some orphans that we had adopted and we lost in the fray during the attack.
Sorry to hear that. Wait, hang on. You got children now?
Yes. One is safe, the other two not so much.
Rika, what the fuck? You need to come up straight with these things to me.
Well, our daughter is
Well,
fine.
yes.
It's just the other two, they're not our daughters.
Holy shit, I
Children.
never imagined you being a parent.
Well, she's very good at it.
Thank you.
You're gonna have to introduce me to her at some point. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
We were accosted by Siegfried and his men, who suggested that should they arrest us, he's the one that actually told us that the Burgomaster had passed. One of his men suggested that should they arrest us and say that we were the ones in charge, they would be looking at a pretty cozy promotion. I, of course, wasted no time telling him how disgusting such a sentiment is, considering how many people have died because of these attacks. And after that, we wanted to speak to you.
Hang on.
So we gave our weapons and agreed to come here to speak to you. He put us in cells and tried to interrogate us. Saban, my friend Saban and myself. Saban managed to get us out and we left.
Get you out?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any names other than Siegfried, obviously?
No. But do I wait, Dan, do I remember the physical descriptions of the men?
Sure, you can try and give some of the descriptions. She will note them all down and assure you. I'm going to see that they get their right disciplinary action. We're going to make a couple of examples, I'd say.
I'm not suggesting that you hang them. What I am suggesting is...
Well, to be honest, judging by how Siegfried's looking right now, killing him might be a mercy act.
I see. I feel I've overstepped my boundaries and stepped on your toes when it comes to running the city. I'm sorry.
Look, I'll be honest. I get it. You're related to guardsmen, and I'll be honest. I'm sorry if it offends you. I never envisioned myself as a guard. This was a temporary thing that just so happened to me. It's just worked out this way.
I see. I know.
I'm just trying to get by, to be honest. The only reason why I worked to try and make this city safer is because, well, it was the best outcome for me to have a safe place.
I understand.
I mean, look, we all got our own priorities. You want to save that girl? That's fine. Um. Could you excuse us for one moment? There's one more thing I would like to discuss with Rika.
Of course, yes. I'll be waiting outside. She tells Rika and again leaves.
So, obviously, a lot is happening right now.
Yeah.
So I know this isn't exactly the best time to talk about personal stuff and all that, but she looks pained. If you ever want to take me up on that offer about, fighting, then if you want to remember what actually happened, I know how to alleviate some of the fog. I know how to unlock some of the memories that they try to hide.
I would like to know.
But it is a lot. Rika, you will not be the same person afterwards. Everything you believe about who you are might change. It's a lot. She looks clearly pained. She has some sort of internal conflict where it seems she has her own memories and it seems to have put a struggle on her as well. For fuck's sake, those aren't even our real names. They changed everything.
Oh.
Look, I'm not going to force you to it. Obviously, I would love for you to remember things, but it's a lot. It's a very lot. And to be honest, she looks through a doorway where Septimus exited. You seem to be doing well for you right now, so maybe it's better that you stay this way. That you stay Rika.
Maybe. But I still want to know. That this may just be Rika, but I've never liked not knowing.
Okay, well, I don't know how much time you're going to have, but if you're going to stay for longer around in Vallaki, maybe we can go together to the re-education camp. There's some magicians there that could help us out with that. If you don't have that time, maybe in the temple, in the mountains, there'd be something. Alternatively, just any sort of mind magic, anything. It must be some sort of powerful magic that's blocking. It's something. So anything that can alleviate that might do the trick.
Do you
It's
think
your decision,
suggestion would work?
No. It needs to be something to dissolve that sort of magic. And it needs to be pretty powerful. They didn't mess around. We clearly stumbled upon something that we shouldn't have. Yeah, I remember. It was all my fault. I was the one who goaded you into it. Sorry.
Well, considering I don't remember that, nothing to be sorry for yet.
one more thing. Take this. She gives you your magical item, the scrying ball. I've been using this to a pretty good extent to try and find out more about what's going on around these parts. It's been pretty hard to get my hands on. And to be honest, I think right now I've got a pretty good grasp on what's going on around the world. So I say you should have it.
Oh, all right.
Too much?
It's overwhelmed slightly, but thank you. That is that must have been expensive.
Oh yeah. Jesus Christ. You could say it cost me an arm and a leg. Anyway, let's not let your partner waiting.
No, yes, yeah.
Okay.
You should probably also remember to write that note to let
Yeah.
her in. Yeah.
By the way, you can add that to your inventory, Septimus. You do have that now.
Oh, Septimus, the note. I've added
What
scrying.
do I have now?
The note
note.
that led you into the Burgomaster's mansion.
Correct.
Why do I need to write that down? There?
Well, if you can remember it, then that's fine as well.
Okay. Like, I'm gonna just give it to the guards. I don't think I'm gonna be holding on to it for long.
Okay, if you're planning on immediately walking there now.
Yes, we're leaving soon. I have to.
Okay, well, have a good night. It's, I think at this point, probably 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
By the way, do you know when you're going to leave? Look, I know I left without saying anything or taking you with, and I'm sorry about that, but don't do it to me.
No, I'll let you know.
See you around, Rika.
Of course. See you around, Bonnie.
And with that somber bit, you part ways. And I think that's a perfect time for a break.
Oh boy.